Welcome to South Africa, the Rainbow Nation, where the lions roar, the wine pours, and the views will knock you off your feet. This 11-day tour captures the best of Southern Africa, from the cosmopolitan city of Cape Town to the best safaris of your life and one of the world's largest waterfalls, Victoria Falls. Kicking off in Zimbabwe, we check into the most fantastic riverside 5-star hotel. Imagine sitting at dinner and having a herd of elephants walk by. It is one of the most special ways to start a trip. For our first full day, we're headed to Chobe National Park, probably one of the best places in the world to view huge herds of elephants. And here we do a river safari and a land safari all in the same day.
If you're a photographer and you have a big zoom lens on you, this is a really great opportunity for some amazing photos. We're on a boat and it's just a super gentle ride, so you can get some really great shots of the bird life, the elephants. We usually see hippos, sometimes they swim right up to our boat.
The things we see: leopards, lions, elephants. It is truly spectacular. On our next day, we focus almost exclusively on Victoria Falls.
It's such a beautiful set of waterfalls, and there's these pathways on the Zimbabwe side that lead all along. You get these really incredible panoramic views. There's mist coming up from the water, and you'll get rainbows forming in the mist of the waterfall.
Not only do we see the falls by foot, but also by air. Helicopter, to be more specific.
One of the amazing ways to see Victoria Falls, of course, is in a helicopter, which we include on the tour. Everyone gets an incredible panoramic view on these copters. They have big windows, and you really get to see the perspective when you're seeing it from the air. You see the mist rising from the falls.
From the air, you really see what a massive footprint that the falls have on the area.
If you've never been on a helicopter ride, don't worry. It can be thrilling, but it's also really fun.
We don't stop there. We also visit an elephant sanctuary.
It's a great organization. They're taking in orphaned elephants. Their goal is always to release these elephants into the wild when possible. Some of them it's also not possible. So we get to visit these incredible animals in a very natural state. They're free to roam the land, and we get to walk with the elephants, walk up to them.
At the elephant sanctuary, we have fantastic local guides that care for these orphaned elephants, keeping them safe, letting them live a happy, healthy life. We get to walk with them in the forest, we get to feed them, and really just learn overall about these amazing African elephants.
This is definitely one of the most interesting lunch dates I've ever had. Having lunch with an elephant, which essentially involves grabbing a massive pile of food and throwing it into their mouth. After that, we hop on a quick flight to Sabi Sands. From the airport, we have a transfer to our beautiful, all-inclusive bush lodge.
Here we check into our family-owned luxury bush lodge. Every hut is unique. The one thing that sets our lodge apart from the others is truly the feeling we have that we are welcome as family. We have a beautiful boma where we can sit around a fire.
They do really such a fantastic job. We're welcomed by a beautiful dinner for the whole group.
One of the best things about being on safari without adventures, our lodge is all-inclusive. Beer, wine, whiskey, whatever you'd like, it's yours for the taking.
For the next 2 days, we're going to be going on morning and afternoon safaris.
You're up at the crack of dawn. Actually, you're up before the crack of dawn. We have some coffee, tea, biscuits. It's still dark. We hop into our vehicles with our rangers and we hit the dirt track.
Basically, every day is totally different. We're, depending on what's around, we're going to be looking definitely for some big cats, for some lions, maybe some leopards. Definitely some elephants, and we have amazing guides, trackers. They're so talented, and I don't even know how they find some of these animals sometimes. Then we have a little time to relax. There's a swimming pool.
You can lay by the pool, you can have a massage, you can catch up on your reading, and then we head out on our afternoon safari.
This time of day, things are getting a bit cooler. There's some beautiful light. Might have even a better chance of seeing some of the big cats.
One of the unique things about the afternoon safari is we typically find a really beautiful spot to stop. And here we have sundowners. If you don't know what a sundowner is, typically gin and tonic, but we'll make sure to have wine, beer, soda, whatever you'd like.
So there is one surprise we arranged for dinner. I guess I'm ruining it by talking about it in this video, but it's called a bush dinner. And if you've never experienced it, it's really such a magical moment. Usually what we do on one of the game drives, we're heading out looking for things. It's starting to get dark. We're driving. The guests are wondering what we're doing. And we pull up to this spot, this clearing in the bush.
Wow.
Oh my God. That looks amazing.
Is this for us?
Oh, what a great surprise.
There's tables set up, there's candles, there's wine, there's food. They have a bonfire set up.
Rob, thanks for arranging the full moon too. The full moon as well.
Usually incredible stars in the sky if you have a clear night. It's a really special experience.
Our next and final stop is Cape Town, the mother city herself. This has got to be one of the most photogenic cities in the world. You have Table Mountain, you have the sea, you have the soccer stadium, you have the city center. This is our base for 5 days of exploring the Southern Cape.
One of the things I love about South Africa, it's definitely the most LGBTQ+ welcoming place in Africa, and definitely one of the most welcoming in the world. And Cape Town itself has a really vibrant, fun gay scene. We always head out to one of the gay bars with our group after dinner one night, which is really fun. The locals are super friendly. All of our accommodation providers and our guides and suppliers are super welcoming, and it just really makes for an amazing experience.
On one day, we head to the Cape of Good Hope. Here we see the two oceans collide. It's really a beautiful place. You can see the lighthouse at the end of the cape. We also make a stop in Simonstown, home of Boulders Beach. This is a reserve, it's a town. Penguins and humans live in harmony. We visit a very special place where nesting penguins are left to live their life somewhat undisturbed by humans. What would Cape Town be without Table Mountain? If you see Table Mountain, you know it's Cape Town. And on our tour, we head up the mountain on the rotating cable car, fast track, of course.
It's a really big car. The car rotates, so you're going to get a panoramic view as you go up.
This is a very unique cable car. It is one of the only rotating cable cars in the world, meaning wherever you stand, you will have a view of the city and the mountain at some point in the few minutes journey to the top of the mountain. At the top, we're afforded the most pristine view of this city.
Once we get up there, we have plenty of time to wander around, take some photos, and take in the view.
From end to end, it is spectacular.
So we of course do a city tour in Cape Town. It's such a fascinating place. One of the really interesting little neighborhoods is called Bokap, really colorful Cape Malay houses. It's a great place to take a few photos, check out some of the local food. We go to a city market, which is really thriving and bustling. Also, of course, we learn about the really fascinating history of Cape Town.
From the colorful houses of Bokop to the company gardens, which has so much history, to the V&A waterfront, where you can eat or shop till you drop, and it has one of the most fantastic farmers markets. If you're not familiar with South African wine, you will be after this tour. We spend a full day with the infamous wine ferry. This has got to be one of the most fun educational days that you will have on a tour in your life.
So by swirling the glass, you're going to release those aromas, and just then you interpret them as you do. Don't forget it's wine, therefore you are right. Because it's your opinion, right? And if it's your opinion, you're always going to be right.
Some of the wineries we visit, besides having delicious wine, have some of the best views you can imagine. There's nothing better than sipping on a glass of wine and just taking in these views of the vineyards and the mountains in the background.
One of the benefits here is we're able to actually meet and talk to the owners and the winemakers, something you're not able to do at the larger wineries. On top of that, we're given exclusive access to the cellars. We're tasting vintages that are not on offer.
People start having some wine, having some cheese to pair with the wine. The whole vibe kind of lightens up, everyone's smiling, laughing, and just taking in these incredible views.
We'll wrap up this 11-day fantastic tour with a very special dinner just for our group. We hope you'll join us in discovering the magic of Southern Africa.